Welcome to my new video of data file handling. In this video, we are accessing our text file word by word. I repeat, we are accessing a file, text file, a word by word using Python code. For example, this is our text file. Sometime task given to us is to count how many words appear in the text file story1.txt. For example, this is a story1.txt. Here, once is a separate word. Once there was a thirsty crow. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words are in first line. So we have to assign a task how many words in a first line or how many words in a whole file. In this video I am explaining all this program step by step. So please watch carefully and not to miss any step. So friends, let's begin. For example, this is my Python code which are asking for file name to be read. For example, I given story1.txt and word you want to search, for example, was. So number of times the word was in a file is equal to 3. This is my text file. Look, this is my text file, and number of time was in my text file story1.txt is equal to 3, means 3 बार इसमें was आया है. So if you want to search more words with this file or with any other file, for example, I press yes, and for quit I want to search story2. Now this time I want to search story2.txt and word, for example, a. So number of times word a in a file is 0, means there is no word a in file story2.txt. This is our story2. A lion lay asleep in the forest. For example, we have to search the word the from file. This file I have to press Y. Again I press story2.txt and the word the. So number of times the word the in the file is equal to 4. This is a story2.txt. तो the कितनी बार आया इसमें? 4 बार आया. Now I have to explain these programs step by step. So don't miss any step. Please don't miss any step. You want to quit, press no. I am quitting. So friends, let's begin. This is our Python IDE. Now I take a new program, new file. Here I start my program. I am using open function. Here I pass the file name story1.txt. I want to open a story1.txt. It must be present in my desired location where I save this program. For example, I save my program at location desktop. This is my folder. This is my location. You have to create a location, any location, open. For example, this is our code. I'd name it read word. Now this is my location. Here the file story.txt must be there, otherwise it will give error. Here there are two files, story1.txt and story2.txt. Now move further. Read mode is optional. We have to, no need to place read here. Now I take a variable all f dot read. Remember, f dot read. It read whole file. It read whole file. Store in variable or you have to print all and f dot close. So friends, remember all is string here. It is very important. All is string here. I have to run this code. So this is my output of my code. This is my code story1.txt. I open this file in a memory. Read mode R is meant for read mode. Read mode is optional. You can skip. By default the mode is read. I use read function which read all file and store it into the variable all. You can take any variable. All is string type. Look, type all. Class str. It means all is string type. So now I have to access the file word by word. I have to access the file word by word. For this, I take a variable w. W stands for word. You can take any variable. All dot split. All dot split. Remember, w is list here. First I explain you, all is string. String store the whole file, any number of lines. Now w is equal to all dot split. So what is use of split function? Split means to divide. Split को हम बोलते हैं बांटना. तो by default there is take no argument. It takes argument as a space. Look at the output. Print w. So w is a list here. Look at the output. W is a list here. You can check. Type w. W is a list and type all. All is a string. So what is the value of w? W is a list, and each and every word store as separate item in the list. First item is ones, second item is there, next item is was, next item is a. We use a split function. So by default split takes no argument. If we take a split, for example e, so where he finds e, it will split our words. Look, this is our ones. So now look at the file story1.txt. There is a word once, O-N-C-E. Here it match character E. We pass E as an argument in a split function, so it split where E appears. Once में E आ गया, ये उसको split कर देगा, तो list की value क्या होगी? O-N-C. Then the list contain O-N-C. Next there, next is there, then again E as a third character in there, so it split it TH, and then again E, then it split R. Now this is our output. Now the first task is we have to count how many words in our file. For this I access this word separately by using for loop. For a in w. W is a list. Now a is a string. So a will store ones. First word is ones. A will store ones. If I take variable count is equal to count plus 1 and take count is equal to 0. So after the ending of the loop, count is equal to number of words in my file. Number of words in file. Number of words in a file is equal to 45. Number of words in a file is equal to 45. I show you, this is our text file story1.txt. So what is the logic behind? Look at the screen. Here is our file story1.txt. This is our file. This is our file story1.txt. First word is once. First word is once. So what is logic behind this? Here, look at the program. Here I split all words in form of list in W. In form of list in W. This is our program. This is W, which store all words. all words in form of list. Now I using a loop, for loop. For A in W means first A will store once. A will store once. Then count is equal to count plus 1. तो count की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? Count is equal to 1. Because count क्या है हमारे पास 0 है. उसके बाद once there, then A will store there, then count is equal to 2, and then A once there was, then count is equal to 3, then A store A, then count is equal to 4, and so on. I change it to the function. Now I use tab, def, for example, read words, read word, which take parameter, yeah, which is a blank this time. Here I call read word. I forgot to put a colon. Now I run this code. Number of words in a file are 45. So what we have to need, we have to pass a file name as parameter. For example, we have to enter name. Name is equal to input, enter file to be read. Now I pass this parameter to the function read word. Here I take any variable, for example fname. So instead of story1.txt, I pass fname. If I run this code, now it's up to me which file I want to read. For example, this time I want to read a story2.txt. So number of words in a file story2.txt is equal to 54, and in story1 it is 45. Now file name is passed at runtime. So now I want to search a particular word. I want to search a particular word, for example in store in word, input, enter word to be searched from given file. Now I pass two parameters. One is name, one is word. Here is fname. I take a variable word. You can take any variable word, A, B, C, any. So now at this location, we have to compare if A store once in a first is equal to was, then count is equal to count plus 1. If A is equal to was, then count is equal to count plus 1. Number of words, particular word, number of word in a file is equal to count. So I run this code. Here is the comparison with word. Word is any word. It will be was, it will be the, it will be crow, any word. Now if I run this code, now look, want to read a story1.txt, and word to be searched is was. So was 3 times. I will print a was, I will print A here, so that I will see how many times the was is appear in the file. The 3 times number of word was in a file is equal to 3, means it will appear in 3 times. You can print whole file also by using print statement, print all. Here print all, so no need to print A here. Print all. If you run this code, for example I want to read a story1.txt, and I want to search the word the. Number of word the in a file. It is my content of my file. You can see this is my file. The in a file is 3 times. Okay. In the garden, there is the also. So this is my content of my file, and number of word the in a file is equal to 3. So this is my file. You can search any file by passing the file name, but every time you have to change the file you want to run this program again. So you can include this code in a loop. For example, while true. True is a data type. True is a data type of Python, Boolean type of Python. Now I enter choice is equal to this loop is infinite loop. I have to make it finite number of times, so I take a variable choice. Here I write T is for just a decorative purpose, tab, enter N to quit, or Y for read another file. Any type of message here, and if choice is equal to N, or you can handle uppercase letter also, is equal to capital N. Then we use a statement break. Break is used to break the loop in between. If I run this code again, now enter the file. For example, this time I want to read a story2.txt, and I want to search the word the number of the in the file is equal to 4. This is my content of my file, allow and lay in sleep, and number of times the word the in a file is equal to 4. You want to continue, I repeat yes. This time I want to read a file story1.txt, and I want to read a word was. So number of word was in a file is equal to 3. Now I don't want to read any another file. I press no. So I explain you this code, and this is the loop, and this is the logic. I explain you this. Now this is our program. I explain you. The program begins from these two statements. First it will run this while true. True, it means it is always true. Always true, that means it is infinite loop. No. I enter the file name to be read. I enter the word to be searched. Here I call the function name and a word. Name and the word. So here is name copies to fname and word copy to the word. Now program will here. Now I open the file with the fname, any file, story1, story2, any file. Now look at the here A in W. As you know earlier कि W can contain all words. W के अंदर सारे words हैं. For example हमारी file है once there was crow. This is our first line. All lines are stored in a W, but A is access each and every character, each and every word one by one. Firstly, A in W means सबसे पहले once, then where, then was, then crow. Now I compare if A के अंदर है once is equal to word. For example, here Here I enter to the word want to search was. So the comparison with ones with was, that is not true. So the count is equal to count plus 1, not executed. Again A will store there. Again was, there is equal to was, not true, but was is equal to was, true. So the count plus 1 means count 0 plus 1 means count value goes to 1. And for loop run until the file reaches its last. So how many times the word will appear in the file was, and count is incremented by 1 every time. Count is incremented by 1 every time when A is equal to words. So the program back to again here. Now I display the message enter N to quit or Y to read, because this loop is infinite, but I make it finite loop if choice is equal to none. If user enter the value N in a choice, then loop will break. Break statement is used to terminate the loop in between. So hope you understand. Let's move further. So all code is same. If you want to count how many words equal to you're having length, particular length, I was put my logic here. This is here I put my logic if length of A, if length of A greater than equal to, for example, 4, greater than equal to 4, then count is equal to count plus 1. So now this time count is storing number of words. Now number of words having length 4 or more. Now I display the value of count. So no need to search the word. No need to pass a parameter. No need to enter the word. Only read word with file name. And again I run this code. I forgot to put colon. Which file want to read? story1.txt. So number of words having length 4 or more is equal to 24. Means 24 words are there having length 4 or more. Total number of words are 45 and 24 are words having length more than 4. You want to run again. Yes. Again I want to read a file story2.txt. Now number of words having length 4 or more is equal to 30. Now I don't want to run this. Again I press no, quit. So this is our code. Here I access the word one by one and checking the length using length function. I checking the using length function. Enter a file to be read. Now I put for example length int input, enter length of word, enter the length of word. I pass parameter length will store in variable L. So if length is equal to L, greater than equal to L, I have to search. लेंथ 4 नहीं आएगी, अब यहाँ पे लेंथ आएगा L. If I run this code, file story1.txt एंड मुझे सर्च करना है जिसमें 8 वर्ड्स. ठीक है. नंबर ऑफ वर्ड हैविंग लेंथ 8 और मोर इज इक्वल टू 2. So this program is more flexible by entering the length at a runtime. Okay, hope you understand. Length. You also check the words. For example, if you want to print those word also, the print A. Now if I run this code, file to read, for example, story1.txt, number of length 8. So obviously and thirsty. Obviously and thirsty are two words having a word length 8 or more. For example, you have to run again story1.txt and number of 6. So near the length of the word is 6. So thirsty, obviously, thirsty, there, wonder, search. These are the word having length 6 or 11 words having length 6 or more. So hope you understand. This is our logic.